This is Hardy Brute, and today I'm going to be playing Master of Piece. You collect pieces, you upgrade their abilities, their stats, and you try to find the best strategy. The very first fight is a tutorial, so let's get into the meat of it. So the game plays like a grid-based auto-battler. Wherever you place your unit, they're just going to run straight down until the end. We have 2 units that have no abilities, and our third one has a regen ability. So he regens +1 health, and if he gets damage, he regens +2. So our unit got damaged for 2 because he was slower, and he also healed for 2, and you can heal above your max health. The other unit we have with an ability is the Berserk ability. Whenever he loses life, he gains a +2 damage and 1 speed. So eventually he can become a monster if he lives long enough. We also have the Sharp Dagger, so we can do 2 damage to any unit we want on the board, and we can do that twice per map. And the goal is to destroy the other guy's flag. So far we've done 1 damage. Our deck currently has 6 characters, and these 3 are vanilla. This one had the most health, so if we do the 2 damage, we'll win the trade here. We'll win the fight on top as well. And we overhealed to 5. So this is our third ability, the Sniping. At the end of his turn, he'll do 1 damage to a random enemy unit, and then he'll lose 1 damage, but it can't go below 1. So after each fight, you get a free ability to add to one of your units. We got the Repose. So the unit will counterattack, equal to his remaining HP, and he'll gain +2 HP if he kills the unit. Which sounds like a godsend ability for our HP regen guy. Because he's naturally going to get health, naturally going to get attacked. And now he can double attack, and gain even more life. He should become a monster. Sounds like a really good synergy. So there's a branching path you can choose. An elite battle, you can upgrade a unit. You can get a relic, a normal fight, roll based on our choices. Gallows, you can delete a unit. That sounds pretty good too for our vanilla, but let's go to the bookstore. See what the 2 items are. Choose 1 item to take with you. Select 1 allied mercenary, double its speed. So these are like consumables, I guess. Now choose a wounded mercenary. It gains 2 additional action points. Action points might be health points. But let's get the double attack speed. And it looks like we can have 3 of those. And so when it said items, I thought it was going to be equipment or something like that. Consumables weren't as exciting as I was hoping they'd be. So let's move on to the Shaman Hut, who will enhance our stats. So we can either add 2 health or 1 damage. 2 health sounds really good on the healing boy, but I think I'm going to get the damage on the sniper. So that he'll actually be useful, because a 1 damage snipe against some enemies who have 3 health, that's a lot of rounds. So at least his initial damage will be higher. Could probably one-shot a few of the enemies too. So we can upgrade a mercenary, get a relic, or do a normal battle. Let's go for the relic and see what those are. So if you run out of units, you get a free 2/2/2 stat sentinel. That's a pretty good one. Allies placed in the first round gain +2 speed. Those are actually both pretty good. Let's get the speed though. So the very first unit we play is going to be really fast. And our Berserker guy is really slow, at least initially. Then he starts scaling it. And so now the enemies have abilities. He cannot attack or move. He loses 1 health and does 1 damage to a random enemy. So he's going to create a wall for us to break through. He's also got 10 health compared to our 6. But if they never attack us, then it doesn't matter how much health they have. Let's play our Berserker guy. Looks like there's a tree barrier there too. And we didn't get to start with our healer or our sniper. Well, we got our healer now. He can be a really good wall that can last for lots of rounds. Kind of just destroy that entire line. And if they don't do a ton of damage like this guy only does 1, he's actually going to scale more health than he loses. So So we've done 4 damage. We're doing big damage here. And once again, I think we've destroyed them. I'm gonna do 2 from the healer, 1 from our vanilla, and put the sniper in as well. And the sniper got the kill too, that's really cool. So we didn't lose any health. And we got the heated branding iron. Let's choose 1 mercenary and upgrade their attack twice. That's pretty good. Once per battle, when an allied mercenary dies, they revive with 1 health. Let's get the extra damage. I don't know what unit I'd want to revive, they don't really fit that. But let's give this to our sniper, who now starts with a 4 damage. So he's going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. But 4, 3, and 2, those could be one-shots, depending on who we're fighting. So I don't think I'm ever going to go the items again. Vanilla fight, upgrade the units is pretty good. Relics were pretty strong. I'd like to do the random event just to see what it is. And then there's a boss at the end. But let's go the vanilla fight. We only have a few talents right now. And we could definitely empower our sniper or something like that. Now that he has 4 damage. So he killed them and he healed up to 4, so he's got an extra health now. Throw the sniper in behind this rock. Should straight up kill this guy. Nice. I think he acts last from our units. So our healer's actually going to attack first, even though he could have sniped him for full health. But the enemy's already down to 3. I think we're going to win here, because our guy's just going to run straight for the flag. So it kind of works like Inscription, where you got to block with the lanes. Yeah, we got Preemptive Defense. When an enemy attempts to attack your flag, you'll move to the front of the enemy's attack, and gain 2 health. Seeing as our Watchtower can't move, that sounds like a pretty good ability for him. And if he ever goes down to 1 damage, he'll still be of some use. So we kind of are turning a bad ability into an okay ability. Because I think that ability was pretty bad. Relic Shop, Card Event, Saloon. Let's enhance stats again. And this time let's give health to our healer. And because health is also damage when he counterattacks. And the more health he has, the less likely he's going to get one shot. And he can just heal forever. So we can assign a rumor, or we can upgrade the mercenary. Probably their stats. But let's check what the rumor is. Each mercenary can only have 1 rumor. And let's upgrade our healer, because I think he's our best unit. So he can gain 1 damage. 30% chance to attack another random enemy when he attacks. That's interesting. Lose 1 speed and gain 2 damage. Well, he already has 1 speed, so losing speed doesn't hurt him at all. So now he has 4 damage. 5 health. And his speed actually dropped to 0. But that's not the worst thing, since he does a lot of damage when he counterattacks. So let's fight the first boss. He's got 20 health. It is a powerful ability. You will crawl before us. Sure I will, buddy. So spawned units gain health based on the leader's attack. The leader can counterattack. And he gains 1 damage after being attacked. I see. So that leader could become really, really big. And we can snipe his unit right away. Hopefully our healer can counterattack his counterattack. Otherwise that ability doesn't do anything against the boss. Could kill this unit, but the sniper's gonna kill him anyways. So my Berserk is scaling, but he's only got 1 health. He's gonna die next turn. I could actually run out of units, because my sniper never attacks the boss. They both have 1 health, one of them died. Because I don't think they respawn. But we can start scaling our healer boy. We had a pretty bad start, because the sniper can't attack the boss. And our 2 weak vanillas just kind of empower the boss. Hopefully our healer can outlive 2 hits from the boss, and then do 8 damage. And that should be just about enough to win, I think. Because he has 5 health now, and the boss does 5 damage. But it's kind of coming down to the wire. We only have 2 units left, and they both only do 1 damage. But our vanilla creature is actually going to eat the retribution. And our healer actually avoided getting hit. And so the boss only retributes 1 time per round. And now that the boss has 4 health, our healing boy is eventually going to break through. Swing in and we're going to get the win. So we got lucky in this fight for sure. Although the order of our units was really bad. If we had the healer up front, doing 4 damage smacks while he still had 1, 2, 3 damage, I think the healer could have won on his own. And so that was actually the end of the demo. But I enjoyed this game so much, I'm going to do a second run with the second group of characters. So this was our sniper and healer. We now have the footwork. If there are no enemies in the front, you gain +2 speed. When you survive a hit, you get +1 damage and +1 health. Well, on the battlefield, gain damage based on speed. So this is the speed build. And the surviving a hit damage is actually a better ability than the healer we had. Because he's going to scale his damage. So he immediately jumps to 3 damage. And they tie in speed, but we get to attack first. That's pretty cool. And we can place our strongest vanilla. Use our ability to break through. And we just need 1 more smack to beat this round. We get 2 open lanes. And we're going to do 3 damage. That was a pretty easy fight. And we found regeneration from our healer boy. That goes really hard with our fighting spirit. So now he double scales his health, and he scales his damage. And he starts with 5 health just on his own. And so we can get an upgraded mercenary, send a mercenary off for training, or delete some of our vanillas. Let's get a look at some new units. So this guy has Solitude, +3 damage when he's by himself, and he starts with pretty good stats. If in the hand, at the end of each turn, gain +2 speed, and he starts with 4 damage. Blade Dance. When attacking an enemy, deal damage equal to his damage and speed. Deals damage equal to his speed to all the enemies around him. Now that ability is kind of insane. But you're never really fighting multiple units, at least within this first act. So I think that character is going to be really strong later when they add Act 2 and 3. But let's get the Solitude for now. He's got really good stats, and he scales up to 5 damage from the start. Upgrade a Mercenary. Get a Rumor. Rumors are interesting. They're either really strong or they don't really do a whole lot. Let's just enhance some stats. Let's give health to our health boy. He's already got 7 health. We can get items. I wasn't a big fan of that. Could do a card event, but there's one coming up later. Let's just get more abilities. We have 4 units now that can get abilities. And noticing now, I think the vanilla creatures can only have 1 talent. That makes them even worse. So they are definitely fodder. This guy will jump in with 3 damage. Have him smack the tree. And we have an open lane, plus our Solitude guy. So we can just one-shot him this round. And we never did break through that tree. Also Resentment. They gain damage equal to damage taken by allies and the ally flag. That ability is actually pretty good, because we have 1 unit that just wants to be taking damage the entire time. And let's give that to our fastest unit. He'll start at speed 4 with no enemies. And now he'll actually scale his damage. Every time our health tank scales as well. That's one thing I really like about this game so far. A lot of the abilities, the upgrades, are really strong. They have a lot of potential. Like, he's already scaling health to 9 now. We found our Solitude. Wish we could find our Ambusher to see how the damage is going to scale on him as well. So we blocked the kill. But that just means one more round. Except for his ability that kills himself. And we got a free lane. So we got Black Feathered. Allied units with 1 or less speed will gain 1 dodge. Or we can get the Sentinel, the 222 unit. I'm going to get the Sentinel, because last time we actually ran out of units. And our entire team is pretty fast. So we can get an upgraded unit, and get a Rumor. Let's get the upgrade, and then we can try the card event next. Increases all allies' speed by its own speed. That's pretty strong. Increases all allies' damage by your damage after surviving the first round. That's pretty strong too. Another Solitude. But let's get the Speedster. So now when that unit is alive, my entire team is going to get +3 speed. That is crazy. Let's see what the card event is. Remove a Rumor to give +2 damage. Remove 1 flag point. That was not very impressive. So let's grab a Relic, and then fight the boss. If there are 3 or more enemies, the next ally gets +2/+2. That's decently strong. Sacrifice 3 mercenaries to empower 3 other mercenaries randomly. That is pretty strong. And we have a lot of vanilla trash. It's also going to guarantee that we get the good units early on. So let's just pick some of these vanillas. We actually have 4 of them. And we kept the one with the highest stats. So we got even more health, up to 9. Got a bit of damage in health. And a bit of damage. That relic was awesome. That made our team so much stronger. And with our Sentinel relic, I'm not really afraid if all of our units die. Let's throw in our health boy, who's going to start scaling damage. And I could open a path, but I want him to scale, actually. Loses some health, gains some damage. We can put our Speedster in later, but let's put our Solitude guy behind this tree, make sure he gets his buff. And now he's going to scale off the boss as well. He does, nice. So he's going to do a lot of damage before he dies. Throw the Speedster in. Speed doesn't really matter against the boss, though. But it is going to keep our Solitude guy from taking damage. So our Acceleration guy turns speed into damage. So he starts at 7 damage and 5 speed. So that's actually going to be a big smack. And the boss only has 1 health, and he can only retaliate against 1 enemy. There's just too many units, too many open lanes. There's just no way. So the boss got destroyed. And we were still going to scale even harder there. I'm looking forward to when this game scales, it has more acts, more content, because setting up the talents and enhancing your units is a lot of fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Later.